Hey guys, it's Tristan here, and today I have a new video. So I went to the thrift store yesterday, and I picked up this Orbit Watermaster sprinkler timer, and I had the idea to do something I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's make a sprinkler timer into an alarm clock. So what I've done is I've programmed the sprinkler timer to go off at 8 a.m., and I have the two wires hooked up. They go to this plug. It's not 120 volts AC, it's just 30 volts AC, because that's what the Orbit Watermaster outputs. And it goes into this plug. It's designed to input 120 volts AC, but because it's a switching power supply, it can actually take in voltages lower than that. I think all power supplies usually can, but that's besides the fact. And then this goes up to my Relock MT. It's set on low frequency code 3. I think it's 500 hertz, I'm not sure. High volume, it's running off of 12 volts, I think. And yeah, it's pretty loud. It works just fine. It's kind of a shady setup because I don't have a rectifier I can use. I mean, if I ever get a rectifier anytime soon, I'm not going to be looking for one, but if I do get one, I'll replace this whole setup with just the rectifier. That way it'll be 24 volts instead of the 12 volts. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to turn it on manual, and it takes like 5 or so seconds to turn on. Turn it on low volume, because it's very loud. That's my bed, by the way. Not very far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to wake me up. So yeah, the reason I chose the low frequency code 3 setting is because it doesn't blend in, I guess. Because with things like alarm clocks, where they always beep in a... The thing with me is I don't usually wake up to regular alarm clocks because they beep in a set sort of fashion. So they're on, off, on, off, on, off. With code 3, it's 3 beeps and then there's a pause. 3 beeps and then there's a pause. It's a little bit easier to distinguish from background noises, which I'm usually sleeping through a lot. Plus, I went with the low frequency because I believe it wakes up people better. Or at least, I think that's what it's about in NFPA. It's required in fire alarm code to have low frequency alarms in sleeping rooms, so I guess this makes sense because it'll wake me up. The reason I couldn't let it on high volume for very long is because it's almost 4 a.m. and I still haven't went to sleep. I'm probably going to stay up for the rest of the night because it's 4 a.m. and I'll only get 4 hours of sleep. So yeah, I guess that's it. I think you guys might have noticed that the ground isn't hooked up. I'll get that hooked up as soon as I get a plug that has a ground wire in it. I know it's very important, and I can't stress this enough. I have checked to make sure none of the wires are touching this. This is basically the only thing that ground is protecting. So in case one of the wires touches this, the electricity will go to ground instead of you if you ever touch this. I'm pretty sure this is a conduit output. When I got this controller, this was missing, so I think I can just make one out of cardboard and paint it light green, but I don't know. Here's what it looks like if you're interested. Turn on the light. That didn't help. Yeah. Put the shorts back on. Damn it. Alright. So yeah, it runs off at 120 AC. The interesting thing about this is it does take batteries, but it cannot turn on the solenoids. It can't output any power with the batteries in, or at least I don't think it can. Yeah, it can't output any power when it's being only powered by the batteries because they don't output AC, they output DC. I think the only thing that the batteries do is to keep track of the time. One interesting thing about this is that it was actually made in Salt Lake, in a city 20 minutes northwest of me. Northeast of me, so that's really cool. Yeah, I just found that out about Orbit a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. I guess that's it. Guys can have a good day or good morning or good evening, whenever time you're watching this at. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See ya.